Latarian Milton is not your typical 7-year-old. Few his age have ever driven an SUV up and down several busy streets. It all started at his mother's townhouse. Latarian says he took the car keys and hopped into his grandmother's Dodge Durango.
When I came through the back door, I looked on the counter, my keys were gone.
I took my gun car because I got mad at my mom, and then I saw him and had my friend come in, and he smoked with cigarettes.
He started the vehicle and put it into gear.
I yanked the thing.
And off they went. Two 7-year-olds alone on the road. Latarian drove several miles through Lake Park and Palm Beach Gardens.
We got the one call that I told you about of the driver in the vehicle who looked too short to be able to see over the steering wheel.
Along the way, he ran over 2 mailboxes, hit 2 parked cars in a Costco parking lot, and struck 2 moving cars near Walmart.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things, to drive into a car.
So did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody?
He was the first. He was the early YN.
So like, the nigga named Latarian. Let's start with that. That's the foundation of it all. His government name is Latarian.
When they dig up the bones of 2026,
the original YNs. The original YNs.
He gonna find his bones.
This wasn't 2025. This was a couple of years ago. I remember that.
From this time, like he was the earliest known.
Knucklehead motherfuckers.
YN.
Stop, man.
He is the first YN walked the earth in 19.
Right, fat boy. You can tell, man, out of control. Where's father at?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood.
Yeah.
Let's start with that. That's the second thing. Yeah. Latarian is first. Second,
he went over to his grandma. Where's mama at?
Facts. Yeah. No, he said his mama. He said he was mad with his mother, so he took the grandmother's car. His mother's in the picture, but where a man at? Where his father at?
None of that. They can't do nothing with him.
Oh.
Stuff with my friend.
It all ended on Investment Lane and Consumer Drive. That's where Latarian hit the curb and sideswiped the sign. The SUV took most of the beating, snapping off one of his axles and wheels. A grandmother's rage.
Why his grandmother truck got rims on it? And ball tires and rims. Go back a little bit. Why is the tires ball with rims on it? That's part of the problem.
Son, this is not even a part. Let's just play for it.
Oh, all right.
A grandmother's rage.
I want to whip his...
Hold on, what you trying to say?
Why is grandmama?
You trying to say if he
got rims on her truck with ball tires?
You say if he had better tires, he wouldn't have crashed into all
that shit? If they had better control over their children
and their household.
That's what I want to do right now. If I thought they wouldn't take me to jail, I'd whip his behind right now.
You don't think he should be punished for all of this?
Just a little bit, no video games for a whole weekend.
And one unusual story for police.
Are you sorry? You understand that now your grandma's going to have to pay to have those cars fixed because you hit those cars.
Can my mom help her?
Crazy. Anyway, well, people laughed about this shit, and it was a Boondocks episode
about this kid.
Yeah, about this kid. Everybody thought it was cool, but little cute gangsters
grow up. They grow up.
Big grown gangsters. Silas video coming from Sharad Zed. I can't say this nigga's name. I'm sorry, y'all. Shout out to Sharad. That's his name, right?
Zed.
Sharasa. No, shout out to him. He destroyed
Zed.
He destroyed his life and everyone's life.
This is really interesting because on one hand, you have a situation that went viral and it was funny and cute, right? Because people look at it like, oh, look at this little kid wants to do bad stuff. But the darker side of this whole thing is that was a real young boy. That was a real young boy who was in an environment where he had a father in his life.
Do you remember a long time ago?
Well-structured household, a father in his life.
Do you remember a long time ago that 7-year-old kid who became famous for stealing a car?
I'm genuinely curious to hear what happened to this kid. How could you not remember this kid, man?
Well, he's about to do it all over again.
Oh, no.
Now, the kid's name is Latarian, and Latarian is 7 when this story starts. He's living in Florida, and all this kid seems to want to do is get into trouble.
Well, he said hood rat shit with his friends. That's what he said.
And one day in 2008, he and his grandma are visiting his mom at her townhouse. And so they're all there, and Latarian asks if he can have his friend come over to watch cartoons. But his mom says no. Here's the thing, though. Latarian's friend is already there, waiting outside. Regardless, Latarian's mom won't let him in the house. So Latarian gets super pissed off, and he steals the keys to his grandma's SUV. Then he and his friend, they get in the car, and Latarian gets in the driver's seat, and he starts it up, and he puts it into gear, and the two drive off, heading to Walmart. Meanwhile, back at home, Grandma and Mom are putting together one of those kids' basketball hoops. And at one point, Grandma goes inside to get some screws that she had left on the counter, and she notices that her keys are missing. And she also notices that Latarian is gone. And she's like, oh shit, that little jerk stole my car. And immediately she starts freaking out. And she screams for someone to call the police.
What has this little boy even been exposed to at this point to make him even think like that?
Probably the game.
The game, the music, the
games and music.
the everything.
No discipline.
Anyway, we know how that story ends, but what's happening now?
Pound yard, you can see that it's all wrecked. And so police, they get Latarian, hears about the accident, and this is where he ends up doing why he stole his grandmother's car.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things. To drive into a car.
So did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
And so that news station posts a clip of
Still
that
funny.
interview to YouTube. And the video blows the fuck up. It gets millions of views and like people are sharing it all around and they're quoting him because he has so many quotable lines.
I took my grandma car because I got mad at my mom, and then I saw him and had my friend come in, and he smokes with cigarettes.
And people start calling him Hood Rat Kid, which is just not a good name to have when you're 7.
Right.
Now, you would think that this...
And there is a part of this where, like, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. We can laugh. But don't get it twisted. This is horrible. This is a...
Yeah, everything about it is horrible.
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah. Dangerous, sad, and I can only imagine how the story's going to play out.
You know how many
Avoid
Latarians
the
it is out there, though?
Latarians?
Yeah, it's a bunch of them.
They be spelled different, though.
Yes.
Some of them got apostrophes.
You're right.
He won't let him get any chicken wings. And during the fight, he starts hitting Walmart. No. He's just getting started.
What happened
A
next?
few weeks later, he's at Walmart with his grandmother. And he gets into a fight with her because she won't let him get any chicken wings. And during the fight,
If that ain't the most niggerific.
Hood stuff.
he starts hitting her. And he
No
hits her in the
way.
stomach and on her legs. Basically anywhere he can reach. And this causes a whole scene, and it makes the local news too.
No
The problem
way.
began when Latarian
This nigga hood famous.
Son, they curse, son. That's a cursed family.
It's
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened or what happened with
Somebody
that
dropped the
bloodline.
ball.
Somebody
dropped the ball on him.
more than once.
Yeah.
asked his grandmother to buy him some chicken wings.
So, unfortunately, his terrible
I
behavior...
know that black man did not want to report that.
Right,
He's
like,
wow, I gotta do this one.
Right.
Me?
Right. Damn, I had to stay at the station.
Karen, I'm fucking sick of you. I'm sick of you, Karen. Hey!
Shit turned into a straight Boondocks episode.
keeps getting him attention. For example, that same year, he, his grandma, and his mom are scheduled to appear on Judge Judy.
We're going to the Judge Judy show.
Encouraged by show producers, Latarian Milton's grandmother says she plans to sue her daughter, blaming Latarian's mother for allowing him to steal her SUV, then drive off.
But thankfully, after
They're gonna get a couple of coins for going on Judge Judy. That's all it's about.
She gonna sue-
Why would they expose that?
she
This
gonna
is one of the
sue
worst
her
things.
daughter.
Son, don't laugh at this. Only you can find this shit, man.
a lot of public criticism, the Judge Judy show ends up canceling on them. But Latarian's not done getting attention yet. 2 years later, in
No
2010, he's 9 years old at this point.
This kid just wouldn't stop.
He gets invited onto the Comedy Central show, Tosh.0.
Do you think that this was kind of your grandma's fault?
A little bit. She should have kept her keys in her purse.
She should have kept her keys in her purse. Don't you think you should just not take her car?
No.
Not only that, that same year, that animated show, The Boondocks, creates a hood rat character based on Latarian.
None of this helped. None of this helped this young man.
What about the people you could have hurt?
I don't care nothing about those people. I want to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
Now, eventually, all this attention stops. His 15 minutes of fame ends, and Latarian goes back to being a regular Florida kid
Thank
living a
goodness.
normal life. And a few years pass, and he goes to middle school, and he graduates from middle school. Here's a picture of him holding his certificate of completion.
Congratulations.
And, good for him. And then the local news comes out and they interview him again, and he seems to be doing much better.
Going wrong is bad, but doing good, I could be a success in doing some stuff.
And so it looks like Latarian has learned his lesson finally.
Right.
And that he's going to grow up and he'll never get into any serious trouble ever again.
Awesome.
Until he screws up real big.
Oh,
Because it's now 2017, and Latarian is 16 years old at this point.
So he's 16. So he's still such a young guy.
Hey, kid.
Crazy.
One night, he's hanging out with 4 of his friends. So there are 5 of them total. And they order a lift. And so the lift shows up, and the driver picks them up, and he takes them to their location. But when they get there, only one of them gets out. And the driver's like, "What's going on?" And Latarian and the rest of the group tell him to take them somewhere else, a different location. And the driver's like, "Okay, well, you got to make a request through the app." And I guess they don't want to do that. So the driver refuses to take them anywhere. Because, he's trying to get paid.
Right.
This is his job.
Right.
And that is when suddenly one of Latarian's friends in the back pulls out a pistol.
Oh, he's effed. Did Latarian end up going to prison?
And pow, he hits the driver in the head with it. And the driver is totally freaked out. Then Latarian's friend points the gun at him and he forces him out of the car. Then they take his wallet and his jacket. And they take the whole car, too. And with Latarian driving, they...
Of course, he is driving.
Right.
all speed away. And they leave the driver just standing there on the street. Now, the dumbest part about this crime is that they not only stole this poor guy's car, but they stole the lift after Latarian ordered that very lift.
Dummy.
I thought about that.
They're not intelligent.
Kids, man.
It's the dumbest shit in the world.
Which means the driver has all of his account information, like his name, his phone number, etc. And so the driver gives the phone number to police, and police easily trace it back to Latarian's Facebook account. And so they find him, and bam, they arrest him. Here's his mugshot. And he gets 3 years in prison for this. And he gets out a little early, and in 2019, bam, he's arrested again.
No.
Here's another mugshot. This time, he's sentenced to 1 year, 9 months in prison for grand theft. Then he gets out, and in 2023, when he's 22 years old, bam, he gets arrested again.
No.
Here's his mugshot again. And this time, he was involved in some kind of physical domestic dispute. I'm not really sure. But for...
Are you surprised that he got into some type of physical domestic dispute? Probably with a woman.
Right.
He had a terrible relationship with his mother.
He didn't catch the big one yet. I hope this don't answer that
Don't
bad.
say it.
This don't end that
it.
bad.
Yeah,
But
hopefully
you know,
not. Yeah,
we know these stories.
Yeah. Catch a L. You catch the L.
Here, I couldn't find any credible information on whether or not he got sent back to prison or what he's got going on now. Regardless, I hope he figures himself out.
What if I told you?
So, what do you do in an instance where you have a kid that's like that? Realistically.
I mean, at some point, there's really nothing you can do, but you got to start before it gets there. By the time a kid will steal his grandparents' car
at 7,
that means you've been lacking for the last couple of years. And it's probably, I'm not going to say it's too late at 7, but it's going to take some serious correcting and a very patient parent. Because to say just whip his ass, I'm sure them ladies was whooping his ass. They probably whipped his ass every time they got a change.
Maybe not.
She was talking about wanting to whip his ass right there, but whipping ass don't mean nothing when you got a 300-pound 7-year-old. You understand what I'm saying? And it's also not, a woman in chances will whoop a kid's ass out of their personal frustration. It's where a man might be saying, boy, you done fucked up.
Right. I'm gonna cut a slice of bacon off your back. Right. Just take a nice sharp knife and just cut it.
Right. This is the measured amount.
Yeah.
Because of what happened. And I'm not even saying that it always has to be corporal punishment, but I'm saying however the punishments are dished out, they're not effective. And I don't think it's from lack of those women. First of all, just being women and him being a boy is difficult for her to do. But I also don't think they didn't try to discipline him. Probably too much. Probably too much.
Yeah, probably little to none.
You know what I'm saying?
He had his way. He ran the house.
I don't think so. I think
he ran the house.
I think they tried it and he just realized they couldn't fuck with him. He's like, I'm a boy. They can't do nothing to me. And if you're inconsistent. So even if you whip his ass terrible today, right? And then, you know, you a young mama, you want to go party, you want to do whatever. So now he go with his grandmother's house, who slower, weaker, not in the ass whipping mood.
Right.
He spent plenty time over there. He come back to you hungover, you tired. He got plenty free time on his hands.
Him and his buddy.
He gonna build that kind of confidence to do some shit like take a car and ride the
Right.
fuck off.
His buddy was outside like, oh, get the keys, man.
Right. Smoking cigarettes.
Right.
He's
Smoking
like, I'm out.
Right.
Why you still in there?
Right. Go get the car, man.
You a bitch.
Right. Right. Say he's a whore.
You bitch. He's like, what?
Show some
Niggas
stuff.
linked up. Anyway, that's it.
Peace.